Hey everyone, today I give you the rig rundown of my pedalboard, which by the way is not the most sophisticated one. It's fairly simple pedalboard, but it makes it possible for me to run the four instruments that I use mostly, one being a triple-neck guitar with its dedicated 3 outputs, which makes it a total of 6 instruments running in 4 channels plus a vocal channel independently and to manipulate them. So please bear with me, this video is going to be a little longer. I'll go through all of that for you, and in the end of the video I'll give you some sound samples on how I use that. So let's do this. So here we are. As you are mostly familiar with pedal boards, you have already noticed that the first row is where most of the processing happens. It prevents me from jumping all the time on the third and second row. But to make it simple, I just add that this is the heart of the 4 channels. This is a fantastic small tiny little mixer. I love it so much. It's Behringer Micro Mix Mx 400. It's the 4-channel mixer, and before that the first channel of this is a Variax 300 nylon string guitar, which this box works as a DI box as well as the power for your guitar. So when you have this box, you do not have to put battery in your guitar, and you never run out of battery. But you have to use a stereo cable for that, and if you use a mono cable, then you will have to put battery in your guitar. The second channel is also line 6 Variax 700 guitar simulator, which has it's a simulator for 16 different instruments as well as some exotic instruments like sitar and I don't know, shamisen and mandola and stuff, and 2 other string guitars and stuff. So it has 2 outputs. I use the 1/4 inch out, and when you switch between them, the second one works for me as a mute switch. So the second goes to the second channel, and I can adjust the volume. The third one comes from the ABC Morley, which I connect my triple-neck guitar to that. It has 3 ins and 1 output, so I can choose between the 3 necks which one is playing at a time. So the other 2 won't resonate to that, you know, first one in high volumes. So the first one is basically, this one is a fretless guitar, which I sent first to this wonderful equalizer by Artec. It's graphic equalizer SE-EQ8, and also it has a volume boost, so I can use it for that. I need to add a little volume to that because it has only a piezo. The volume is not very hot, I mean the signal is not very hot, and I send it out to the channel A of the ABC Morley switch. The second is the middle neck, is a flamenco neck, and it has a wonderful sound. I do not need to correct that sound. It has that guitar. For the guitar neck, we have an Anthem pickup, which is a combination of condenser microphone and piezo, and it has a really balanced, beautiful sound, and I still you know, haven't felt that I need to correct that sound, so that goes directly to channel B. And the channel C, the third channel, I connect my sitar neck to that, which since it has I-beam by LR Bags and it has a very hot signal, I reduce the boost a little bit and also correct the sound, and I work a little bit on the mids, and I send it to channel 3. From here the red one is an out, goes to the third input of the mixer. That's it. And the fourth channel is flamenco guitar. It has a shadow pickup, also a condenser microphone and piezo combination, and it has a wonderful sound, and it goes directly from underneath to channel 4. From here everything becomes 1 channel, so the output goes, by the way, it takes a 12-volt adapter, so from here everything becomes 1 channel. From here the yellow one goes to Rock Tuner by Warwick. It is a fantastic you know, tuner. I love it very much. It is, you know, in a metal casing, and you know, it has a big display, and it has, the good thing about it is that it has 2 outputs. One output, if you connect your output to this one, so when every time you turn on your tuner, it mutes the sound, and the other one is always on. So no matter your tuner is on or off, the sound passes through. So I love this one because I can tune all the time, and I can see it. It's always on. During the concert, I can see whether I'm out of tune or not in the middle of the song, and I don't have to mute the sound to tune my guitar. So from here, everything is one channel. It is tuned. I can tune every single instrument, all the 6 instruments, and from here I send it to the processing raw, which is subbed up by the TC Electronic. I use it for low octaves. It has 1 sub octave and the second 2 octave below, and I use it mostly like, you know, the sub 2, it's mostly about half, and the first sub is to the full, and it is the dry signal, and I use it in poly mode so it can also track the chords. And from here it goes to, and it's very good because it has this clickless, you know, switch, which is great, and it goes here to Digitech Mosaic. Beautiful, beautiful high octave generator, you know, and I used to have, you know, most of these pedals, you know, octave generators. I used to have Micropog, you know, and the other pedals, but this is very different because this pedal is not only built to generate high octave. For example, the Electro Harmonics, the EHX Micropog is generates a little kind of glitchy high octave, which is good. It is not comparable. These two are not comparable. Both of them are really phenomenal. The EHX is built for mostly to be used dirty. If you use it with, you know, an overdrive, you will get a fantastic sound, and that kind of glitchy sound adds to that harshness of the sound, and you will get a better dirty sound. But since my style is acoustic, I really need as natural as possible sound. So this creates really, really mellow high octaves, and it is not built just to create high octave, but to make your guitar sound like a 12-string guitar. So it is, as you see here, it's a 12-string effect. So this is used all the time by me for high octaves, and this is particularly for low octaves, even though it has highs, but I don't use the high. I really use it a little bit just to brighten up the sound. And from here it goes to RC3, which was my first loop pedal I owned, different from the big RC50 and, you know, the really big loop pedals, which would take almost all your pedal board. And I returned to this one because it's a phenomenal loop pedal. It has hours of time for recording, and, you know, I use it in combination with this FS7 Foot Switch 7, which is a new model. I really like it too much because it's really tiny. I used to own this. I used to have this FS6 before, which is really big. It takes a lot of space on your pedal board. And does the same job, and you have to always put battery in it, but this one works with an adapter, so you don't have to always put the battery in it. And this one changes my presets, and this one is for stop and clearing and erasing the phrases. So it works fantastic. From here it goes to TC Electronic. You probably have felt my love for TC Electronic. I really love their pedals. It goes to this Forcefield compressor, but this compressor is not for everyone. This is a very, very in the face compressor. If you want a transparent compressor, this is not a transparent compressor. I need it for particular songs where I really need a compressed sound to bring up some tones, and I need it to be there, to be heard, that there's a compression over there. If you don't want that kind of compression, you have to go for another type of compression. This is a very, very significant compressor, very visible, very hearable compressor. But it's very quiet at the same time as fantastic. And the concept is great. I don't know why not everyone making their pedals like this, because, you know, really they can stick together. You don't need this space. It reduces all this spacing between these pedals, and it just, you know, with really short cables you can connect them together. The concept is great. From here it goes to TC Electronic Sky Surfer, which is a short reverb. I use it only for short reverb. By the way, it doesn't have any long reverbs. It is only short reverbs. I use it in a plate mode, and it also has this good, you know, clickless switch. So this is a short reverb. From here it goes to Arena, to TC Electronic Arena, which practically is similar to Hall of Fame, the red one, but it has some extra, it has the same algorithms. It has also, the short and long reverbs, and it also has this tone print function, which I don't use, but it has fantastic long reverbs. If you want massive, big reverbs, this is the way to go. From here, the signal becomes a stereo, and the stereo goes underneath to my secret weapon, the art accessories. It's called the Clear Box 2. And it cleans your signal from all the hum and hiss and everything, and sends a stereo out, two mono, a left and right output to the left and right of the venue. So I will also turn over the pedal board to show you the powers. This power works fantastic for me. I didn't want to spend, a fortune to buy a big power supply. That power supply is very good, works fantastic for me, and it's quiet and I love it. So I will show you also that one. Oh, I forgot about this one. This is completely independent. It's not by no means connected to to the signal. It is a vocal processor. It's called Mic Mechanic. So my microphone, my vocal microphone, goes into this and goes out from here, so it's not connected to anything, and it powers also through the same power. I have two powers underneath, and TC Helicon mic mechanic for my vocal. So that's all. You see, it's fairly simple. It may look big, but it's really fairly simple. So I will turn it over. I show you the underneath. So here we are underneath the pedal board. So as you may see, this is the secret weapon I told you about. This is the Clean Box 2. After the sound becomes a stereo, it goes inside this. It cleans the signal from all this hiss and hum, and it's a very quiet box, and it is passive. So it's a wonderful thing. From here, you have two mono channels out. It's left and right going to the front of house, and from there to the hall. And it has to be really left and right to get that right sound from here. The Power Plant Junior is more than enough for me. They are tiny, they're quiet, I love them too much, and they're not massive and they're not heavy, and they power completely all the pedals that I have. I still have some extra left to power some new, and also I can daisy chain them because they have enough power. And from here you can see there are two adapters. They are for Varix 300 and Varix 700, which demand their own power supply, and that's it. Everything is good, works flawlessly.